What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Live Beyond Average podcast. I'm Jordan Miller, really flying off the cuff today with this podcast. Don't have a lot planned. We were up in Devil's Lake, North Dakota, doing a bunch of walleye fishing with my buddy this weekend. Got back, rolling through a bunch of the footage here for the TV show down in my office today. But had a few thoughts about delusional opinions that I wanted to go through today for today's podcast. And I really think this can help people of all ages because it really applies to everybody. Now, especially in the younger community where, we're seeing social media playing a huge role in the lives of junior high schoolers, college age kids, especially when opinions can be stated very easily from somebody 1,000 miles away. But this also can apply to adults because adults now are using social media. In the workplace, they can be worried about what people are saying. And so I really think this can bring value to a wide range of people. So delusional opinions. Now, this goes two ways, you guys. We can be on social media and somebody can make a crazy comment about yourself, okay? Now, the one thing that really I always have to key on, I'll get smashed with some comment on social media because of our platform. We're a growing platform and we're reaching a lot of people weekly, and that's growing. That is something that we are trying to do. And so there's always going to be that occasional comment from somebody trying to low blow you, trying to throw a knife in the stomach or the back. And oftentimes it can be somebody who you might know a little bit, and sometimes it can be from somebody you don't know at all. Now, for me, the people who you don't know at all, that's whatever. You can blow that off no problem because they actually don't know the real me. And there are some people who have met you, but remember, those people who have met you and they make one of those comments, what I have to remind myself of over the last 5 and 6 years of pushing out content, producing a TV show, being a little bit in the limelight, is that there's going to be those comments that are going to sting a little bit. Now, in my earlier days, they did sting a lot more than they do in today. And what I had to do to learn how to remember is, to make those not sting as much, is remember that a lot of those comments, they're truly a delusional opinion of somebody who maybe has met me or has just watched my content and they just want to make a low blow comment. And so it's very much a delusional comment. It's a delusional opinion from them because they don't know the real me. And so when somebody makes one of those comments, is likely they don't know the real you, and not everybody in life deserves to know the real you and what your ambitions are, what you're trying to accomplish, and the people you are trying to positively affect. And so take a step back when one of those comments hits your thread and really just, slow down. Don't have to reply back right away and let it go. And just remember, hey, does this person seriously even know me? Have they, are they one of my close circle friends? Do they seriously know who I am? Have they spent enough time with me to understand what kind of legacy you're trying to build in life? And that will really help you become more thick-skinned. Many of us aren't born thick-skinned. Things, if you're passionate, a lot of times that it's very easily to get emotional about some of those opinions. And so, the best thing you can do is just remember, hey, not everybody deserves to know the real me. This person definitely doesn't. And you know what? That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and let that go. And, for them to take the time to make a comment out of the blue at you, something like that, they probably have a lot more going on in their life. Things that aren't going their way, or they're not taking the proper steps, or they don't have the ambitions to take the steps towards what they want to do, and so they're just reaching out somewhere else and getting those frustrations out. So remember those little things, and that will help you become a little bit more thick-skinned. Now, part 2 of this, of delusional opinions, remember I said earlier that it goes 2 ways. Now, you can also have delusional opinions about other people. So when you start thinking this way about when somebody makes a comment towards you, it'll really help you change your mindset and you'll start noticing these other times when you're having a delusional opinion about somebody else? Do you really know the real them? Have you sat down and actually talked with them about what they're trying to accomplish and what their life, what their legacy, what they're trying to build? And so by taking step one, evaluating it, getting under the microscope a little bit, will really help you with this step two of the delusional opinions, because it hurts when somebody's doing it to you, and a lot of times you might not even know somebody's having a delusional opinion about you because they're not even commenting, but they might be on the other side of the phone making those thought processes in your head. And so for me, I really work on not having those thought processes in my head as I'm scrolling through social media, and start wanting those wins for other people too. You see somebody commenting, you see somebody posting all the time, working on their business, working on their trade, whatever it is. When you stop judging in those mindsets of making up these own opinions in your head about people, it really just changes your outlook on life entirely, because now you're starting to what? You're starting to focus on yourself. You're starting to focus on the things you're trying to work for. And by eliminating making opinions and delusional thoughts about other people, all that is doing is opening up time for you. It's opening up time for the things you want to accomplish. It's opening up time for you to become more self-aware. And what that does is it's just going to open up more time for you to take action on those legacy steps and what you want to accomplish in your life. And so that is my Off the Cuff podcast today, you guys. I hope it does help. I know when I don't take the time sometimes to make these steps clear, all the off the cuff stuff, when you're not pre-writing it, you're just thinking the things that are off the top of my head today. I hope that it was clear. And that you enjoyed this podcast. If you did enjoy this podcast, you guys, I would love for you to just give it a 5-star rating or shoot over some feedback. Every little bit helps when other people are finding and stumbling upon our podcast. So if you're listening to this on Google Play or on iTunes, if you want, just shoot over a rating, a little feedback, a 5-star review, or maybe even take a screenshot and post it up on your IG story or on Facebook. All those little things help, and I hope this podcast helped you. Thank you, guys.